What's good, you guys? It's your boy here, and today we'll be at it again with another review. And today we'll be reviewing Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil Village is a survival horror game developed and published by Capcom. Plot-wise, Resident Evil Village is set 3 years after the events of Resident Evil 7. Ethan has been living with his wife Mia and newborn daughter Rosemary when Chris Redfield and his men suddenly appeared, murdering his wife in cold blood and kidnapped him and his baby daughter, bringing them to a mysterious European village located in Transylvania, Romania, and finds himself filled with mutant creatures in an effort to find his kidnapped daughter. That is enough about the plot. Let's talk about the overall gameplay. And honestly, I thought that Mommy Milkers was the name of the game, but I was freaking completely wrong. Like Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8 is used in a first-person perspective, where you must utilize numerous weapons and items against aggressive adversaries and add tools to your artillery for situations outside of battle, in which you can allot weapons to quick slots so you can instantly change weapons depending on the situation. And if you find yourself defenseless, you can always guard against attacks to reduce enemy damage and then kick the enemies back. And since it's a survival horror game, I'm actually surprised that you can adapt to many different things. Like you can move movable shelves to block entrances to stop enemies in their tracks, and you can hide in closets. But don't forget about the map that displays areas where you currently are, and you can also find floor plans for buildings as you can explore them. These will reveal the entire map for that building, and your objectives change as you progress through the story and will disappear when you achieve them. And you can purchase items and upgrade weapons at the shop. There's only one merchant in the whole village named the Duke. He also sells new weapons, crafting recipes, baggage for increasing your storage, and more. He will also buy any treasures you have, and you can also sell your weapons, in which you can buy back later if you so choose. And all of your inventory and items are managed in an inventory in some type of weird grid system. And of course, like most Resident Evil games, you'll have key items that can unlock certain doors or certain tasks. And you can also craft numerous amount of things in the crafting menu, like for example, first aid kits, certain parts of your weapons so you can make your weapons a lot stronger and faster, and you can craft weapon ammo if you have the right recipe. This is also a personal preference. I don't like puzzles in the game, especially in this one, because you're just running into puzzle to puzzle. I like to get to plan A to plan B, and you're not really doing that if you're consecutively getting stuck on puzzles. And since it's a survival horror game, the amount of times that I got freaking scared was freaking massive. I'm literally impressed with all of this, and they definitely did a good job making this game scary, dog. And the only thing that made it 10 times better is being chased by a 9 feet tall vampire lady named Lady Dimitrescu. Oh my fucking god. I don't care what anybody says. Mommy Milkers is the name of the goddamn game, dog. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's her tallness or whatever or what, but I just love the fucking character. I really do. And before I forget, you can hunt down certain animals in the village and have to cook into dishes by the Duke. Eating side dishes will allow you to get advantages such as decreasing the damage while blocking. And graphically, it's a hit or miss. With me, it was kind of neither, because in the game, there's not really much color. The color is there, but it's really, and I mean really dark. And I can understand that since it's a horror game. And other times when I look at the graphics, it was just it looked really good. And the soundtrack is alright too, but I just really love when the soundtrack reacts to when you get chased or you about to be spotted by an enemy. I just loved it completely. And before I forget, in the very end of the game, you can play mercenary mode. It's kind of like some type of arcade mode where most of the enemies in the game come right at you. And that's all I have to say. So let's hop on to the overview. So on the positive side of things, I love the overall plot. I definitely love the overall gameplay. I love the crafting and the inventory. The game is definitely scary, so keep that in mind. I love a 9 feet tall mommy milker vampire lady. Graphically, it's a hit or miss, but I fairly enjoyed it. I definitely love the environments in the game. The soundtrack was really decent, and I definitely enjoyed the mercenary mode that they had. And on the negative side of things, they had a crazy amount of puzzles that I cannot stand. So the game came out in May 7th, 2021. The game should be in most platforms, so PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and it's also on Stadia and the next gen consoles. So if you get the game digitally, it should be about $59.99, and if you get the deluxe edition, it should be about $69.99. If you get the game in local stores, it should be about the same price range. So is this game worth your money? I fairly enjoyed this game. I had no problem with the only issues that I had was the puzzles, but that's just me. I bought the game to get scared, and it definitely fulfilled its promise, and what made it 10 times better, I enjoyed doing it. So with that being said, I highly advise you guys to buy this game. This game is definitely worth your money. So that was technically the review. So if you like the review, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I do reviews, videos, PvP matches, streams, and more. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page and my Twitch account because I stream on those platforms as well. Everything should be in the description box below, and I will catch you guys on the next review.